Learn the facts and beliefs regarding explicit music and how they may impact your streaming success. The ability to freely express yourself through their songs and artistic choices has always been a pleasure of musicians. It's very important to think if the inclusion of explicit material in music affects the amount of streams and/or the overall success of an artist's release. What does a song's explicit content mean? What causes music to be explicit? Songs with explicit content typically have language, concepts, or visuals that some listeners may find offensive or inappropriate. It may include vulgar speech, violent allusions, sexual concepts, or profanity. Songs that include explicit language are marked with an explicit label to let listeners know the content is suitable for mature audiences. Streaming services and explicit content. Different rules and standards apply to the distribution of explicit content on streaming services like iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube Music. These websites try to find a compromise between allowing for creative expression and protecting its users, especially the younger ones, from explicit content. For instance, iTunes permits explicit material but demands that musicians label their tracks as such during the distribution process. Users may choose the information they consume with more knowledge thanks to this labeling. Similar to this, artists have the ability to mark their tracks as explicit on Spotify and YouTube Music, providing proper content screening and user control. Although having explicit content does not decrease your possibility of being included in playlists, it will offer listeners the option to filter it out if they want so. How does explicit content impact my music streams? Your ability to enjoy music and advance your career as a musician may be affected in a number of ways if you include explicit material in your songs. Your streams and income might be impacted by inappropriate music in 3 different ways. Number of streams. Songs that are explicit frequently draw a particular type of listener who values the unfiltered expression they provide. Because listeners actively seek out and interact with content that matches their interests, these songs may have greater stream counts on a streaming platform. It's crucial to keep in mind that stream counts alone do not ensure long-term success or sustainability in the music business, and that the presence of profanity or other offensive content does not automatically increase the number of people who will stream your new music. Revenue. Along with the previously mentioned basis, obscene songs have the ability to make money since certain demographics find them appealing. According to research, algorithms used by streaming sites favor sexual material. Non-explicit music, in comparison, could appeal to and draw a larger variety of listeners. Whether they earn as much money each stream as explicit songs depends on the quality of the content, but their flexibility can lead to long-term success and exposure in a wider range of settings. User preferences and demographics. Specific listening demographics, like as followers of particular genres like rap or hip-hop, often connect with parental advisory explicit material. These audiences may actively seek out and participate in explicit music, which would increase its popularity and stream volume. You may customize your new music and marketing methods for better interaction by being aware of your target audience and their tastes. Why should my music be labeled as explicit? It's essential to label your music as explicit if you want to maintain flexibility and compliance. Transparency. Marking explicit tracks as such when creating an album cover offers openness and gives listeners the ability to choose the information they want to consume. Additionally, it aids streaming services in implementing parental controls and content filters to protect young viewers. Compliance. By marking your songs as explicit, you abide by the rules and regulations established by streaming services. If you don't do this, the platforms could remove your material or charge penalties. How to label my music as explicit. Depending on the streaming service, the procedure for classifying your music as explicit may be different. Here's how to label music on Spotify as explicit. 1. Go to the streaming service and log in to see your artist dashboard. 2. Decide which release to mark as explicit. 3. Depending on your desire, choose to the Edit Track or Edit Release option. 4. Find the Explicit Content or similar option and turn it on for the appropriate songs. 5. Make that the explicit label is correctly displayed before saving the modifications. To optimize the effect of your songs, regardless of whether they contain explicit material or not, keep in mind to abide by platform standards, designate your music as explicit when appropriate, and take your target audience's preferences into account. The most crucial thing is to be aware of your audience's tastes and make sure your music meets their needs. Accepting music's numerous aspects, including its explicit nature, may help you connect with your audience in a genuine way. Music is a form of self-expression. Thanks for listening to this episode. Visit our website at musicbusinessguru.co.uk for direct access to our Music Business Encyclopedia, which includes Spotify playlists, artist booking agencies, global publishing companies, talent agencies, and many more useful music industry contacts. Like and subscribe, and let's take your music hustle to the next level.